Travisualisation.
Yeah, I messed it up.
The big dream at high school, all sorts of plans for what I wanted to do after school. Some crazy ideas, and none of them really seemed like they'd actually become reality until I met Stephen Bonaconza. He sat me down one day and he pitched a vision to me to ride a bicycle around the world. His aim was to raise R1 million for children living with HIV and AIDS. The next 6 months was crazy. Next thing, there was a route that was planned. Bikes started arriving at my house, pots and pans, a tent. We had these panniers. And I was just so excited. I mean, the apprehension of getting out there, having never traveled before. And then all of a sudden, we experienced day 5. And day 5 was a ride from Bloemfontein to Tronksburg. It was actually the first day that we were onto the N1, cycling down the National Highway. I remember it was about 126.6 Ks. It was sheer cycling misery. I mean, it was just hot, sick of seeing sheep, boring. There was such a headwind. And I was left with this feeling of absolute dejection. And now all I wanted to do was go home. So our next day 5 experience happened in Italy. On a particular day when we were heading towards Rome, and the road that we ended up on was actually the wrong road, and we ended up climbing up this hill, I remember. Up and up and up and up. We had ended up lost. Hence, all roads don't actually lead to Rome. This was the moment where we seriously considered just giving up. 5 happens. No matter what the time frame might be, you will reach that point where you too sit in that environment. You don't want to be there anymore. The environment's let us down. And it's at that point we want to exit. Internationally recognized surveys, such as those done by Gallup, continually reveal that only 20% of the workforce are engaged. What that means is that they are committed, that they are loyal, but more than that, they are energized by what they do. They bring innovation, they bring creativity into their roles. They feel alive. The other 80%, they cope. They get through each day, they pick up their paychecks, they provide for their families, or they build those businesses that they continue to build day after day, or they continue to exist in the environment that they've become familiar with. And yet inside of them, they don't feel alive, they don't feel engaged. 6 months later, we would arrive home in South Africa having raised 1.7 million rand, having had an unbelievable time in Africa. There was some questions that Steve and I asked ourselves. And those answers to those questions were what drove us forward.